What's happening, everybody? I hope everybody's doing well. Let me just read some scripture for you guys. It doesn't matter that I'm perfect or I'm not perfect, it's still relevant to the situation we're about to talk about. Sing unto the Lord a new song and his praise from the end of the earth. You that go down to the sea and all that is therein, the isles and the inhabitants thereof. Why would I say something like that? Well, you'll see. So it kind of falls in line with Hallelujah song as well that was played on Zack Snyder's Justice League. But we'll explain it. I'll explain in more detail. But first, I want to go into something else that's very relevant to our present situation right now. Shout out to the person who's smashing the like button. Don't forget you can also donate and subscribe to my channel as well as share. And you can comment anytime you want to. Christina Wren's movie that she's directing called Lazaretto. Lazaretto, the meaning of it is it's like a isolationist hospital. It's kind of like what's happening in COVID-19 right now, where we have select hospitals that deal with COVID-19 people and other people who may be dying or whatever. In my country, it's specific places like Cora. They're located in specific places in the country. And some very disturbing things are happening in my country. They have stopped people from going to beaches. They have stopped people from walking in the streets without a mask. So you can't walk around without wearing a mask. It's mandatory now. They're taking away rights and privileges and freedom. Actually, a guy just recently talked on television about this. They're stripping us of our freedoms and rights, and off of some very trivial shit. Okay, sorry about the S word, but Christina Wren's movie is basically on that. It's on Vero. So if you don't have the Vero app, I don't have it. I had to change phones a number of times. I had the Vero app. I used to log in and so on. And then when I tried to log in, I can't remember what the login information was. So I'm not on Vero anymore, but I'm going to try and go back to the app. It's free. You can log in on Vero and do your thing, just like Instagram, Facebook. It's a platform. A movie's on there. It's called Lazaretto, and it's basically talking about quarantining and people being quarantined, and you literally can be arrested if you're in quarantine for being in quarantine, which is some weird ass shit. Okay, just because you're sick, you become an enemy of the state, and this is the kind of weird stuff that we've seen in movies before and so on. But this movie, was it's so relevant and pertinent now. I think you guys should go see it. I haven't. I mean, check out on Vero and actually check it out on Vero. It's a movie. Vero is really bringing out really high quality stuff. They're always staying positive as well. So it's a great platform for that. So I just wanted to talk to you guys about that. Check out that movie. Check out that movie. It's called Lazaretto. Okay, check it out. Christina Realm. She directed it. She acted in it, and so on. She produced it, I believe, too. So this is something really good, impactful. It may be something that we will want to see. It's relevant. See, Tenet is cool. It's a conceptual movie, etc. It's a cool movie, but it has no relevance to us. Like it has no relevance to us. You understand what I'm saying? It's just something to tickle the mind. I don't believe in movies like that. Okay, and not to say that Tenet probably is a great movie. It's like a number of things, Inception, etc. Probably a great movie, but it's like Inception at least makes you kind of question things. But it's again, it's just kind of entertainment, so out there, abstract. I don't believe in that. I believe in things that are relevant and they have pertinence to the issue at hand. And why I'm speaking about this is because we can effect change. We've seen it. I've seen it with different affiliated groups I've been affiliated with. For example, London Real. The fans and we the people we exercise our power and strength. And London Real was put back on YouTube. They had banned them from YouTube and so on, and they banned them from Lincoln. And we flexed our muscles, and then we were able to do what we needed to do, almost creating a whole new arena. I don't agree with everything on London Real and all the guest different things that they come with, but the point is, freedom of speech is being attacked. Um, what is being attacked also is freedom to choose how you want to exercise your health. And that's under attack as well. Another thing that's under attack right now, so that everything's moving towards a police state, is the freedom to, um, you know, your freedoms are stripped from you if you find yourself in a situation where you decide you want to move to one place or another place. Now you can't travel out of a country, in or out of a country. Okay, these freedoms are being taken from us, and you guys can see it. Everybody's seeing it. You have to do something. These people are servants to you. They may be in positions of power, but you must understand, all the Snyder Cut people, you know what I'm talking about now because you have successfully done it. Okay, and for all the people out there also, I want you guys to understand, because I that's why I read this piece of scripture, because it's relevant to this particular situation. I want you to understand, praise begins with um, with no compromise. Praise begins with no compromise. The minute you start to compromise, you cannot praise. I'm going to say another thing. Loyalty is not loyalty, it is an affiliation if it is bound by principles that deny truth. Let me say it again. Loyalty is not loyalty if it is bound by principles that deny truth. I'm going to read back the scripture for you guys. Sing unto the Lord a new song. It's not an old song. This one, the tune's got to change. The tune's got to change in Warner Brothers and their attitude. The tune has to change with the leadership. They've been doing the same game. They've been playing us the same way. The songs got to change. It's got to change. Sing a new song unto the Lord. Sing it to the ends of the earth. Thank God for social media. Thank God we have these platforms. I remember I was one of several people in the beginning who started speaking out very vocally about Batman v Superman. I got tons of videos on it. But you and me and the others, I'm quoting Batman from from Justice League trailer. You, me, the others. The enemy has come. As Wonder Woman said to Batman, they're not coming, Bruce. They're already here. They're here. And they don't care about us. I told you. It's not about white or black thing. It's about a human thing. They do not care about you. If they could make this thing, this pandemic, all across the world, this pandemic is about a virus that can kill out a very minor percentage of the population. Not even as much as the flu. And they have made orders telling people anybody who dies, they told doctors, they instructed doctors, anybody who dies under you is going to be registered as COVID-19, and they're willing to pay people to do this. It's a pandemic. Businesses are suffering because of this. But you know better. You know better. I'm going to say this on social media. A lady was arrested on a vacant beach for broadcasting that she was on a vacant beach and was enjoying it. Now, the law in my country says that you're not supposed to be on beaches, which is really, it's a stupid law. There's a lot of stupid things going on, and I'm watching. Because remember, we only let these people get away as far as we let them get away. You are the one that put them in power. You're the one, and I know they're going to say, no, it's really other forces. No, but you allow them to be in power. You agree. You become complicit. See, inaction means that I am complicit with the thing. I agree to it. When I don't act on it, when I don't show my displeasure with something, it's almost as I certified it. See, what you guys need to understand, and especially in this social media era, is you have so much say. You have a hell of a lot of power. But the problem with it is these people blind your eyes by saying we are the authorities on things. We know what we're doing. And they fool you into thinking, oh, we just have to go along with them. That's what they do. But in this information age, you have a lot of say and clout in what happens. Damien Anton Vincent, what's up, my brother? How you doing? You determine how these people toe the line, where they're going off guard. And that's what Ray Fisher is doing now with your help. And that's what you in every single country need to do. Do not hide in the shadows. Express yourself. Be creative. Be positive, but do not stand for lies and do not stand. Listen to me carefully. I'm going to read it again. Do not stand for people who are railroading your rights. Do not stand for it. And that's what Ray is doing. That's what London Real did. That's what Zack Snyder through the Snyder Cut movement did. And that's what we need to do again. And we can. All right? And the praise, the hallelujah that comes out of that is a beautiful thing. Don't let them play you because we need to have a new song now. We're tired of the old song, the old tune. We know where that road goes. We know how they play us. And we have to sing a new song. And now's the time. This is the time. This is the moment in time where we get the opportunity to sing this new song. And knock down all the fallacies and the lies being dealt to us. We need a new tune because the leaderships around us are failing us. And our generation, not my generation, but the younger generation, it's your turn to hold the torch. And we as older guys, we need to also hold the torch and carry them forward. When you see something that is not right and is not true and it's nonsense, you need to let it be known. And you must be willing to sacrifice your reputation, your livelihood, your job. You must be principled for the truth. It doesn't matter if you're a perfect person or not. It doesn't matter. You have to stand for the truth. So that's why I'm here. I advocate for Christina Wren's movie. I know Zack Snyder's Justice League is going to have a lot that we can unpack and we can use. But I want you guys not to stay in the shadows. Don't hide in the shadows. This is not a time for that. Just like with Justice League, you got to come out the shadows at some point. And now's the time for that. So that's all I got to say about this. Go check out the movie. And, as consumers, maybe we can consume some good product. And I think that's going to be a good movie. For those of you who don't know, Christina Wren, she starred in Batman v Superman and Man of Steel. She did not show up in the version of Justice League that came into theaters. And me, myself, personally, I was an advocate for Justice League, trying to make it survive in the theaters. I said a lot of things. I tried to connect it to Zack Snyder stuff. But it so happened that, and I was wrong. I was 100% wrong about it. I believed WB. I believed the authorities. I believed the system. I believed everything that was feeding me, and it was lies. It was lies. Now, you have a choice. You can go along with systems that say, oh, this is what you need to do, and this is what you need to do. And you can go along with them and agree with them and just follow along blindly and let them trick you and let them destroy you. Pickashays, what's up? Or you can choose to open your eyes and see what's happening around you and stand on principle that you believe. You have to be able to do it. I've been saying this a long time. But once you do, you'll find others who are doing the very same thing. And it's all around the world because a new song has to happen, not the same old, same old. And we're seeing walls torn down. Some things are politically correct and waste of time, and other things, the walls are being torn down. And some of those walls being torn down shouldn't be torn down. We know this, but we have to stand for the truth. So that's all I got to say about that. I hope you guys have a good one today. I got some other videos that are coming out. I definitely stand 100% with Ray Fisher. And I think I think a lot of the cast has come out now. We've had Jason Momoa, Kirstie Clemens. We had another person who's working on the cast that support him, as well as I think another person who's working on Justice League. I guess Ray Porter and all those other guys would support Ray Fisher. And I'll talk a little bit more about that, but I think that let me just refer you to Chris Wong. Chris Wong's better qualified to talk about that. I got the information from Chris Wong. I saw the stuff on Twitter as well yesterday, but I don't want to talk about that too much more now, except to say, you know where I stand on this. I stand with Ray. I'm not budging on that. Ray's a principled individual. And just to show you how principled he was, he said, I have an issue with X, Y, and Z in Warner Brother Pictures. And how deep that hole goes, that's another story. Okay. But he said, I'm not advocating for people to stop watching the upcoming DC movies, because if I advocate for that, it means that I advocate against creativity and against the director's vision and against things that I want the directors to do what they do. Whether they were tainted or not, that's their issue. All right. And I think that's a great thing that Ray's doing. He's showing principle again. It's about being principled. Shout out to David Jr. Tolson. I haven't seen you in a long time. David Jr. Tolson. Let's see what's up. Pick a shades. David J. Tolson says, I'm shocked that there are still people who trust Donald Trump here in America, even after he admitted to purposefully downplaying the virus. All right. Shout out to that. Shout out to each and every one of you guys. David Tolson, listen, man, you guys have to stand for principle. The one thing I got to say about the issue with Donald Trump right now in America is you guys need to sort out your issue when it comes to standing for something, but yet finding a way to not be violent in the process. You do not want to be destroying your cities. You do not want to be destroying your country, which is exactly what Russia would love you to do, to show how capitalism and the system that was there doesn't work. But you guys need to work together. And listen, the politicians don't care about you like that. I'm just going to let you know. Even though you will have to vote, just remember, while you're voting, they don't care about you like that. And Joe Biden, he's a nice guy and everything, but remember, Joe Biden is not the guy in your state or in your place. So this is what I got to tell you as an outsider looking in. If you feel that Donald Trump needs to leave so black people can get a better movement going forward, just remember this. Think about this. Is police killings of black people still going to happen after Donald Trump is removed? If your answer is yes, then you need to press for the issue at hand that has to do with police officials being charged or reprimanded for killing people for things that don't deserve death. Okay? The assassination of black, you need to stay focused on what it is that you're really focused on. Even though you know you're going to go in there and cast a ballot. I went in and cast a ballot for the lesser of two evils when I went and vote. So if you believe that the Joe Biden campaign or the person with Joe Biden would be a lesser of two evils, if you really believe that and you want to hold fast to that, then follow through with it and motivate other people to make your movement go there. But just understand this, it doesn't change the situation just because you have a new face on the block. You and in your state or in your Senate, you have figureheads, because it goes to the grassroots, it goes to the ground, it goes to organizations on the ground. Okay? Make sure David R. Tolson, just like how Ray Fisher, he's got not only his receipts, but he's got a lot of people behind him. Okay, and they're not just behind him, he's vocalizing on their behalf right now. He's not vocalizing for Ray Fisher. And Umberto Soto tried to make it sound like Ray Fisher was doing something selfish and it was just him in isolation. No, 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 my friend. Ray Fisher is carrying out a movement on behalf of underrepresented people, and that goes for not just race, but we're talking about from the little guy who is the grips guy to all the way up. He's representing a large set of people in the Hollywood industry, particularly on the set of Justice League. It wasn't just him reporting complaints to the PR, public relations office. No, it was a set of them. A lot of people in a lot of different positions. So similarly, you, David R. Tolson, can be the spark or the bud to continue this movement forward. And the movement must have a whole bunch of people in different areas who support it. And you're just vocalizing what a group of people are saying. You guys got to organize yourselves. The only way to effect change, violence, like literally going into an exchange with people and fighting them, is the least effective of them all. We've seen wars all over the world and they have been ineffective in actually giving us a great regime that comes out of it, or a proper. It used to be because of World War II and World War II particularly, where Adolf Hitler was stopped. Because of that, a lot of people think that wars are productive. They're not productive. Okay, so a civil war right at this point in time is not a productive thing for America. What has to happen is people need to express their opinions and express themselves in art, craft, whatever, express themselves fully and their stances. And then after they have exhaled and let out what they feel without hurting anyone, then and holding people accountable, whether it's white people or black people, holding them accountable for what has happened and putting the truth out there. Whoever has the truth. If the people don't do that, especially before this election, there's going to be a lot of bloodshed, and America's going to be weakened, and America's going to be done for, and then there's going to be some other system put in place, communist system. I can see China rising up with their communism. And we won't have these liberties and freedoms because it's be under the gauge of communism, but now it's called the police state. America's moving towards that anyway. But the point is, this is where you guys got to understand. You got to look at the bigger picture. And you got to look globally. You can't just be thinking about your situation in your country and figureheads. Donald Trump is a figurehead. Yeah, he's got a lot of power, but he's not acting on his own. He's not acting exclusively. He has people who support him and back him. That's what you have to understand. He's not staying in power by chance. He's got very powerful people in very powerful places backing him. That's why that's why he's getting away with all these things. So once you understand that, now you, the grassroots person, have to understand your power. These people will not push. Donald Trump is a nice face in that he can push the agenda and very forcefully of the people that back him because he's the voice of them. You got to understand, he's the voice of these people. Okay? And what you got to understand, the crudest part about this whole thing is Donald Trump doesn't care about anyone. He doesn't care about anyone. He has made that abundantly clear. He only cares about Donald Trump. He doesn't care about his daughter. He doesn't care about anyone. And that's exactly how these people feel. He's perfectly vocalizing what they really feel. He's giving you exactly, Barack Obama and Bill Clinton, they massage it and they make you feel good. And Donald Trump's telling you the truth. That your elections and your figureheads, that they make all you guys focus on, and they got you all calm and cool, but nothing's really, 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 really being done. Think about it. Think about it. How many, quadrillions and gazillions of dollars America makes every day? Every country. Humongous budgets, right? But you got to ask yourself this little question. America's supposedly the great country and all of this stuff. Why is it this currency, this money that everybody's making accountable and so on? Why is it doesn't trickle down to you and me? My country is filthy rich. Even after, oil is not the major thing, and then looking at alternative my country is filthy rich. And yet, every single person in this country is not a millionaire. How's that possible? Ask yourself these little simple little questions. Okay? I live good. I live comfortable, but that's not the point. The point is just replacing a figurehead is not enough. That's why we need to see Justice League, because Justice League took the figurehead out. It chopped off the head of the statue. Nebuchadnezzar was beheaded. We wasn't gonna worship a figurehead this time. And Zack Snyder speaks to hero worship. You guys gotta understand, the hero is not the center of focus. And that's why I love Zack Snyder's films. And I'm going off a little bit on a tangent, but I need to speak about this. It's the spirit of the thing. What started the movement wasn't any one individual. It was the spirit of the thing. That's why we were successful. Hope is a spirit. Hope is a spirit, guys. That's what pushed it. Hope. Love is a spirit. That's why he said, be kind to one another. That's what Zack Snyder said. Don't worship Zack Snyder. I told you guys this. Zack don't worship heroes. Why would you worship Zack? Didn't Zack tell you what Superman was in Batman v Superman? One guy said, people think that he's a god. He's not a god nor a devil. He's just one guy trying to do the right thing. And that's what we all try to do in this life. We try to do the right thing. Can you identify with that? And that's it. That's it. That's why sometimes I don't like to talk too much about God or all these other things, because it separates. Sometimes by getting so religious on things, we miss what it is we need to do. The doing aspect gets lost up in the clutter of all this theoretical stuff. It doesn't matter what Jesus looks like, because he's not here with us in a physical sort of way, in a physical form and presence. There's a reason he left. You get what I'm saying? It's about the spirit of the thing. You guys understand what I'm saying, right? The reason I put out this video and I'm talking to you guys, it's not something you can actually see. And what makes art and movie so beautiful is, yeah, okay, so art, movies, and music, they convey physical things like sound and visual things, but the message in the movie and the message in the music is a spiritual thing. You can't see it with your physical eyes or hear it with your physical ears, but you still see it and hear it with your invisible eyes and your invisible ears, your mind and your heart. Do you understand? That's what makes this thing important. That's what makes the exchange important. You got it? So similarly, you now can express the idea, the spirit of a thing to somebody else. Okay? And that's what I'm here to do today. So I hope that you guys have a good, blessed day as usual. We're using social media. I'm going to go out. I do not use the mask all the time. I have a mask. It's not really a mask. It's not something I put over my face like this. I actually use a shield. I use it when I have to go into stores and stuff. Okay. I understand though, and I must make this abundantly clear, and I will keep on expressing it every single time I have you guys. the most important defense and protection against any illness. Okay? So let everybody know is a robust and strong immune system. Okay? So when you go out there, your major protection should be your immune system. If you have a robust and strong immune system, I will say it till I die. If you have that, you're going to have, whether you get the virus or not, you'll be able to deal with the situation. And yes, this virus is a bad bug. Some people say it's not a virus or whatever, because I have not seen anybody who has had it, but I've heard people die from it and so on. But I would say this bug, which is like every other bug that goes around here, which I think it's a bug, this bug is a mean bug. Okay, you get it? You can be in problems. But it is easily treated with medications that allow you to boost your immune system. That's basically what when they're treating you in quarantine, they're letting ride it out and they're boosting your immune system. So why not start today? Boost your immune system today. Get some rest, get proper rest, get some sunlight, get your exercise, go out there and work. Don't stress yourself out. It's another day. All right. Keep personal hygiene. Okay. Eat clean. What I mean by that is very simple. Go basic. Don't use a lot of meat right now. Some of y'all might need the meat. Okay, eat your meat, but cook it in a manner where you're not using excessive oils. So what you gotta bake your herring or your salmon, whatever, bake it. Okay, try to eat things which are more raw, so like grains and a lot of protein. I'm gonna give you some boosters because selenium. If you can get that, get some selenium and get a nice multivitamin. Or you can try eating fruits. That's where you get your vitamins from anyway. So just you buy fruit, organic preferably, where you got all your nutrients in there if you can, or grow your own food. Grow your own food. Start today. I don't care if you're in an apartment or whatever. Grow your own food. You can grow chive. You can grow, usual things, tomatoes, whatever. You can grow it right on your windowsill of your house. Just get in there to sunlight somewhere and do your thing. It doesn't have to be a lot. It's just gonna be a little bit. Just start being. Take control of your life. Don't let other people take control of you. In this information age, there's a lot of information out there. I know sometimes some of the information is wrong and you get tricked and whatever, but life's always been trial and error. And you have to be able to develop that sense where you can find out about things, go deep into things, and find out if it's true or not. Don't pick sides, just look for the truth. God will lead you and guide you accordingly. So that's all I got to say. Like I said before, very important, your immune system. Before you leave the house in the morning, make sure you have some lemon tea or something that will boost your immune system. Okay? So, a little lemon tea, a little green tea, a little bit of, teas are good. You guys don't know about orange peel tea, but if you can get a nice organic orange, you cut off the peel, keep the peel, and let it dry out, and then you just put it in water. It's great for boosting your immune system as well. So there's a lot of things out there, simple, natural things. Some of you guys use garlic, and that's good. Turmeric's great. Turmeric's great. It's an anti-inflammatory, but it also works to protect your immune system as well. It's very good. I use it every single day. Some vegetables that for men is particularly, I can tell you, is great. It's cucumbers. Try using cucumbers. I have some cucumbers right there right now. Lettuce is always great, but there are a lot of chemicals in lettuce. So unless you can get organic lettuce or something, but still use it. You'll get some chemicals in your system though. That's food. But then you also need to go around, move around. A lot of us spend time, a lot of a day, even I now, sitting down a lot. Okay, get around, take care of things in your household, move outside, go to work. In the workplace, you really want to have free flowing air. So if the guys and they have air con and you have some windows somewhere that can open and let air in, it's better to do that than air con. Okay, I see a lot of people depending on aircon. Even when I go into transport, a lot of people using aircon. Now, this is the reason why free flowing air is safer than aircon. So let's say I take a perfume spray, right? And I spray that perfume into the air in aircon. It's gonna fill up the whole entire vehicle of aircon. It's not gonna go away, right? But if I have my windows down in my vehicle and I spray some perfume, it may or may not circulate to the whole area. But what we do know for certain is it will disappear from the area. And this is the other thing that a lot of people don't understand. So, COVID-19 is a certain population or a certain level of infection that needs to happen in your body for you to be able to succumb to an illness or be infected with an illness. And what you don't understand is, for example, COVID-19 will never get past your skin, right? You know why? Because there's just like a whole bunch of antigens that run in your skin. They're called immunoglobulin E. They run all the way through your skin. And any kind of foreign thing, and it's happening all the time, when dust particles, all kinds of stuff land on your skin on a microsecond basis, right? There's all kinds of things moving in the air right now. Okay. And this stuff touches in your skin. And believe you me, these immunoglobulins, they tag every single one of them. That's why I said a robust, active immune system is incredible. Your immune system is on all the time. As I'm talking and I'm inhaling all this air with all these particles inside of there, and it's touching on my tongue and it's going down into my stomach and all that. You have to understand while that's happening, while I'm breathing air in and out, okay, there's an active immune system tagging every single one of those little particles. That's how robust and active your immune system is. It's on all the time, okay? While you're sleeping, it's working. So what I'm trying to explain to you is even if the antigens, that is the viruses, they gonna land somewhere on your skin or in your nose, you inhale them, there's a certain threshold of them that needs to happen, a certain population size for them to start to thrive and actually exist and then increase. And then from there, they can go through your body and your body now has to deal with the deeper issue because your body tags them. It's like a war almost. Like it's like, Lord of the Rings, there's like a whole population of troops of virus coming through. And of course, the virus wants to exist. So the virus is trying to multiply itself, okay? As soon as they land, they start multiplying, right? And your immune system literally starts to knock those suckers down from the get go. It's like Lord of the Rings, they clash. And your immune system just starts tearing through them. And they're multiplying while you're tearing through them. And they're multiplying, and you're tearing through them. And if they multiply sufficiently, they can break through into your blood, into your circulation, and get into your system. That's how it works. So there's a certain population size that will have to happen to actually get into you. And even then, okay, this is why you have a registry of antigens of various infections that you have. And you can, they can do studies and find out what illnesses you had before by just looking at the immunoglobulins in your blood that are immunoglobulins to whatever infections you may have had. And also they can look at the they can also look at your blood and look at the DNA in your blood. Now, unfortunately, just because you get RNA sequences doesn't necessarily mean that the sequences are for a particular virus. I don't know how to explain this to you except to say coronaviruses, they have particular sequences. Yes, generic sequences, but it can also lap over with other types of viruses because they're not looking at the actual shape of the sequence. Okay, they're just looking at the sequence, how this um, this ribonucleic acid goes after this one and this one and this one, or how the DNA sequence. But in 3D space, DNA can be sequenced all kinds of how, and there's all these bonds, and then there's all these proteins that hold the DNA together, and it's a long story. But suffice it to say that they can identify like the sequences, but they did not necessarily identify the virus. Okay, so that's why this is kind of shady, but it's a quick way of kind of assessing. Okay, so there's some RNA in there, and it's in the blood, and we because they spin it down. So like it would take a sample of blood, spin it down. I don't know if you understand what I mean. There's something called a centrifuge. They spin down the blood, okay, and based on mass, You can get separate the blood, the genetic material from the blood, and then from there, now you can run a test for the specific genetic material that you're looking for, the specific sequence. See, that's how it goes, and that sequence will tag down. So that's how they're able to say, okay, this is corona positive or whatever, right? All right, anyway, but it's not 100% accurate and all of that, as we already know. It's a quick test. If you want to do elaborate tests, there's many different other ways to do so. So they try to look at the genetic material and they try to look at the reaction to the antigen in proteins. The proteins are called immunoglobulins. Okay, you've probably heard about it. Immunoglobulin E, you've heard of immunoglobulin A. They're what we call antibodies. Immunoglobulins are antibodies. So antibodies is what we talk about. See? So anyway, short of it is that the short of it is that I was trying to say to you is that through all of these things and all of these measures, understand that you have a say. You're the one that determines how things go down. Okay? So remember, anything that happens because you allowed it to happen, especially when it comes to governance, because they're accountable to you. Thank God for democracy and thank God for republics and representation. They represent you. So if they're not representing you and your interests and they're taking executive action and deciding what is best for the country for them, then you need to step up, speak up, and say, this is unacceptable for us. You're representing us, and we don't know. You got to try another approach. Okay, you have to be the one to do so. Okay, because they're serving you. Don't ever forget that. Okay, so it's not a monarchy where we serve a king and we do what the king wants. Nope, we have people who are serving us, and they're doing what in the best interest for us. And if we don't agree with it, then we must vocalize it. If you don't vocalize it, then you're complicit. You're saying, yes, I agree with that. Okay, you must vocalize what you do not agree with. I do not agree with masks. I do not agree. Me, I'm saying it on social media platform right now. I don't agree with masks. I don't agree with the approach that they're using. I believe though that using the other methods, which is making sure there's proper ventilation, making sure that people get sunlight, making sure they get proper rest, making sure their immune systems are boosted, making sure that you stick to personal hygiene. I love that everywhere you go, you have to wash your hands now. That's a good thing. That can never be a bad thing. Okay. Um, and so those things are age old, proven methods to stop pandemics. Really, boost your immune system because nobody talks about the common cold being a pandemic. You know why? It's not called a pandemic because it doesn't. It's not seen as something that will kill people by the world. It kills people. The common flu, the common cold kills a lot of people. My grandfather died of a fever from the common flu. He was 93 years old. It killed him. Okay? That's what killed him. Right? So, yes, it's deadly. It's deadly. In fact, coronavirus is, the numbers of mortality have been going down. The coronavirus is the very same thing. It's a flu. It's a cold. It's deadly if you're not prepared for it. But if you're prepared for it, it's not deadly. Got it? So that's what I got to say to people. I do not approve of masks. I do not believe in masks. The thing that I wear is really a shield, but it's actually marked on it. It's a mask. So I guess they give me a blind for it. But at the end of the day, I don't approve of masks. Masks, I believe, are detrimental to your health because it's restricting your airflow. There's no way that restriction of airflow could ever be positive for anyone's health. It's an anaerobic environment and it fuels disease. And it won't take but about 5 years before everybody understands that. Okay? It's just, to me, it's just another way of allowing people to die. And you have to stand on principle. It's not about loyalty, it's about principle. Okay? Loyalty is not loyalty if it's not principled. You see what I'm saying? It's not standing on truth. Why would I be loyal? So you have to be able to stand You have to be able to vocalize. You must express yourself in every single media. You must speak about your displeasure on certain things. Of course, certain people, they will not be able to reason and talk with you, so you just ignore them or you just let them say their say. But for the people who actually can reason, you speak with them about the issue and you move forward from there. Okay. There's no reason to be afraid of people. No reason at all. If somebody has the cold, what do we do? If somebody has the cold, what do we do? We say, okay. If you're a principal person, you say, I can't go see you because I have the cold. So do understand that. Do understand also this pandemic, or plandemic as I call it. Do understand that this pandemic also is something, is a money making venture. All right. I was just speaking with my family abroad, and they are actually trying to extract money from people now. These con artists in my country right now, there's a lot of crime going on when it comes to stealing cars because people can use masks and they think that they can't be identified because of that. Of course, they still can be tracked down and identified, but the point is, everybody's wearing masks, so that's a nice, easy way to steal things. Just casually go steal somebody's keys, go to their car, and take their car and drive away. Ain't nobody gonna say nothing because you're behaving naturally, right? It's like it's your car, right? They don't identify your face, nothing like that. You're just wearing a mask. So I'm just saying, we have to be, careful and vigilant out here as well. Okay. Anyway, that's all I got for now. I hope you guys have a good one. Check out that movie. I'm gonna try and get up and hooked up with Vero. I'm doing some other business online as well. So I'm gonna catch you guys later. I'll talk a bit about Ray Fisher's. Well, I don't think I'll talk about that yet. I'll talk about it a little bit later on. And I'm gonna catch you guys later. Do understand again that you have the power. Never feel you're powerless. You do count in the equation. And like, I keep on posting up these videos because I know that people watch them. Okay, I wouldn't post up videos if I knew nobody was watching my videos. People do watch my videos. It doesn't matter whether YouTube acknowledges my videos or not. I don't care. I really don't care whether they're taking my videos and sending it to my subscribers or not. It doesn't matter. Whether I see views or not, it doesn't matter. The important thing is I put it out there. So that's what I'm doing for you guys. And I always will, because that's my business. It's my business to do it. Okay. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.